Okay, so Nokia launched its first Android smartphone in China, the Nokia 6. It is not what we all expected from Nokia to start this year with, but still it is pretty good. It is a mid-range smartphone, it has decent specs, it has Snapdragon 430 processor, Adreno 505 GPU and 4GB of RAM. It has a 5.5-inch 1080p IPS display, so no AMOLED, and the Gorilla Glass is curved on the edges just like the design of iPhone 7 and 6. We will talk about the design later, but first let's take another look at the specs. It has 4GB of RAM and it is not something that we haven't seen before. The Moto M has 4GB of RAM and it is a decent mid-level smartphone. But what I want you to think about is that this is a mid-level smartphone. The flagship that is going to be launched at Mobile World Congress will obviously have more than 4GB of RAM. I think it will be around 6GB, and any smartphone having 6GB of RAM is not going to have any mediocre specs in any other department. Let's come back at the design. It has an all-metal unibody with chamfered edges, somewhat inspired from some of the Samsung devices, and on the front it has a home button which should also work as a fingerprint sensor, which is definitely inspired by Samsung. But the back resembles some of the old Nokia phones and looks like Nokia is taking the safer approach for now, taking already working successful designs and improving them and combining them and making a new smartphone. On the software side, it is running Android 7.0 Nougat, and it looks like it has a skin on top of Android. I usually don't like skinned version of Android, but in the case of Nokia, I would actually prefer a skinned Android over a stock one, because that will give me the idea of what Nokia is thinking about their smartphone and if they have some new tricks up its sleeve. It has a 16 megapixel camera which records 1080p 30 frames per second video, so no 4K, and it has an 8 megapixel camera in the front. So there's nothing out of the ordinary on the hardware side or the specs, so we'll just have to wait for it to launch in India so that I can grab one and check it out and look at its software. So this is it, all I have to say about the Nokia 6. Tell me what you think in the comment section and do not forget to subscribe, like and share, and I will see you next one.